description.
Alright, hey, this is Hans, and it's time for yet another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is a show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. Here's one we found on our first visit, our inaugural visit to the new T&T supermarket over in beautiful downtown Bellevue, Washington. It is purportedly the largest Asian grocery in North America. And this is a collaboration between Taktu and Szechuan Snacks. And this is a Shaxian dry noodle peanut butter flavor. Which makes me think this is just going to be a sesame noodle. I don't know. Sesame paste kind of has that peanut buttery thing to it. How the hell are you doing? It is Monday, the 21st day of 2025. I still find myself wanting to write 2024 when I write the year. I should kind of like be on the right track with that right now, but I guess it'll happen. So it's got this noodle, and it's a dry noodle, and it's in a bag, which means usually some like to spill out, which is a pain, but I mean, hey, it's in its own package. Okay, we did all right. And this is a cooking noodle, so yes, you get to watch it as it boils, and hopefully it won't boil over and cause great embarrassment to me and you and the whole world. So, anyways, the big news of the day is that, speak of the devil, the Pope's dead, and at least he was able to fulfill his life's dream of meeting J.D. Vance in person. I mean, But I get his message on Easter was, you should be nicer to migrants. That was kind of like his message to the world. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe no, they won't listen. I'm sure we'll get a statement from the Orange King saying that he was meddling in things he ought not. So, but yeah, it's a nice day. Did my daily trip to the thrift store. I did find something. I put it back, and when I was almost home, I realized, you know what? I could actually use that. So maybe it'll be there tomorrow, because honestly, I seem to end up going to the thrift store every single day. I know, but why not? It's on the way there and back again. So, and we finished the season of Black Mirror. That was super good. I posted my review of the Totino's pizza ramen today. Wow. Yeah, it's really not all that great. And calling it ramen is really doing a lot of heavy lifting, folks. I mean, it's like an egg noodle. It's very odd. Was a 0-star, as you could probably guess. This looks like an interesting product, and I'm hoping it's good. I don't know what makes it Shaxian, but maybe it's the noodle gauge. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the heralding of peanut butter. But I guess we'll see. It comes with a little sachet of peanuts. Peanuts. Just wanted to make sure you understood what I was saying, because it sounded like it could be interpreted when I said it as something else. So. But yeah, it's sunny out, and it's a Monday, and I just made a bunch of eggs. I just prepared 5 eggs, 3 of which will be used today. There's going to be 3 eggs used in the 3 reviews I do today. So that's the thing. I don't know, they're saying that the egg prices have leveled off, but the last dozen I got, I mean, granted, I get the fanciest ones that I can possibly get because I like the color of the yolk. But the last dozen I got was $12, so that's not incredibly wonderfully priced. 10 seconds to go. Those look done. So it is time now to drain my noodle, and you can watch. Come with me, won't you? Or no, what do they say? Join me, won't you? Yeah. I don't know, that's one of those weird things that I remember hearing on TV shows. They do like a bumper clip saying, you know, it would end up with like the channel it was on is like Sundays at 7 on blah blah blah. But it would have like, God, was that Wild Kingdom? Maybe that was Wild Kingdom with I don't remember. I almost want to say the guy's name was Bill Burridge. I could be wrong. But it was Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, because you can't have a Wild Kingdom without an insurance company involved, unless that was a bank. I think Mutual of Omaha was an insurance company. You can all fight about that in the comments below, or not. You know, it doesn't really seem like a logical thing to fight about. So often I'll put these on top. Oh, look at that. The peanuts are crunched, and I'm going to try them. Can you believe it? I'm going to taste these peanuts before I do anything, because I'm curious what these taste like. Are they salted? Are they boring? They're boring. Lightly salted. There's no extremeness. Did you know that peanuts in Asia seem completely different than the ones here? So if you get a bag of peanuts, they are dry and very crisp. Not like hard as a rock crisp or crunchy like that. They're light. They're really good. In fact, I prefer them. You might. What I recommend is go on a fact-finding mission to research how peanuts are in every country you can go to in Asia. Trust me. And that's not all you'll find in Asia. You'll find all sorts of cool stuff. They've been doing a lot of memes and little videos and stuff. It's all been coming out of China with all the tariff stuff. I think one of the side effects of the tariffs, I think people are finding out how nice it is in China. Like in Shenzhen and Chongqing, and there's a lot of places there that are really, really, really first world. And I think we've had the concept shoved down our throats, like, oh, China, they're all peasants and all this stuff. This is a good one. Wow. Much better than I expected. The peanut in there is a winner. It's just the right gauge. It's got a little bit of crunchiness. Breaks up the fact that it's just a noodle goo and a peanut thing. With the peanut thing, it gives it helps. That is tasty, my friends. I enjoy that thoroughly. I will say it would be nice if the peanuts had less skin. There's a lot of like if you had Spanish peanuts before, there's a lot of that skin going on, and it's kind of rough. But I mean, that would be that's really being nitpicky, because I like this. That's picking nits. It's also very dry, as you can see, but it is a dry noodle, so it's not doing anything wrong. It's behaving itself quite nicely. I want another bite of this. This is really good. And it came in a little tiny box. A lot of the time, the boxed ones are like, oh look, there's a box, man. In fact, on my bottom 10 list this year, the one that was number 1 last year was all about that box. I mean, it was like fancy, looked really good, was really nice, but that because of the box, and it was like, oh wow, this looks like high-end groovy stuff, right? $5 each serving. Wow. There were like 4 varieties, and they all sucked. It was like Italian dressing. Oh, come on. There you go. It was like Italian dressing and heartburn on noodles. Freaking horrible stuff. This is in a box about the same size, and it's wonderful. I'm pleased. Pleasantly happy about this one. Okay, what else can I slap on here? I was thinking of putting some chili crisp. Oh, that chili crisp. Well, it mostly got used, but it's got to go. I found out recently, if it's got garlic and oil in it, it's got to be refrigerated. And if it isn't, you could die. So I'm going to avoid that. I know this one doesn't have that. Funny though, I always have seen it non-refrigerated in places, but I'm going to use some of this. This is my buddy Jamie's favorite go-to. Rather, it was. He passed. God, been 2 months now. It's really weird. But, yeah. Li Kum Ki Chu Chow Chili Crisp and Oil. It's got a really sick bite to it. It's good stuff. But there we are. A nice. It's that. Or wait. Yeah. That. So if you can find it, give it a try. Alright, well thanks for watching. The next one you are going to see is in this box. It's interesting. You probably have heard of this. This is Jin Ramen Mild. There's Jin Ramen Hot as well. But there's something different about this. And I'll tell you all about that on the next episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This has been Hans, the Ramen Raider, wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.